Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
Tomorrow all the things were gone. I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Monday's special edition Patriot Angle Podcast. Happy Labor Day. Also, I hope everybody enjoyed their Labor Day weekend as well. Guys, I thought about using some really, setting music for this very special day. A lot of people come across and they would like to know, what does Labor Day mean to you? Maybe it holds a special place of a setting in your heart. Maybe it doesn't. But what does Labor Day truly mean to you for this special day? Okay? I believe is sometimes looked at criticism, sometimes looked in very harsh ways. I've even been told that Labor Day represents nothing but modern day slavery. It doesn't represent any of that. Constant garbage from the far left liberal machine that wants to bash this holiday and criticize it for things that it's not. Now, I was watching a special section on the news that everything that we're going through, folks, with the COVID, with the lockdowns, with the restrictions. They're now saying, folks, that you shouldn't go out and celebrate the holiday. No barbecues, of course. No family gatherings, of course. And folks, this is nothing new. We've seen this from the liberal machine. July 4th celebrations earlier this year. They didn't want us doing that. They want us social distance, masking. Folks, we are being literally hijacked from this socialist agenda that they want to try to cancel anything that we hold dear to our hearts. Federal holidays, celebrations, holidays, and such and such. Folks, we are one if we stand behind our rights and beliefs. If we do not allow this strike, this attack on anything in this country by this liberal machine. It's not right, folks. It's not right at all. Last week, folks, marked the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Blair Mountain, the largest labor uprising in U.S. history. In 1921, around 10,000 coal miners, folks, in Logan County, West Virginia, who have been trying to unionize with the United Mine Workers of America went to war against about 3,000 coal bosses, state police, private security forces, and scabs for 5 long bloody days. Folks, these miners and their red bandanas, the New York, the Redneck Army, as what they've been calling it, as they called themselves, held the line, fighting like hell for their futures and their families. Over 1 million shots were fired. Over a dozen people died. The coal bosses dropped bombs and poison gas on mining camps, and the conflict ended only because of a federal intervention. Blair Mountain was a pivotal movement in U.S. labor history and hallowed chapter in the struggle for workers' rights. Folks, that's similar to what we're seeing today. We're seeing this by the liberal machine, the socialist agenda that has been hijacked and poisoned in this country for nearly over a year and a half. It's attacking our liberties, it's attacking our beliefs, and we shouldn't stand for that. And we shouldn't have them dictate when we can and cannot celebrate holidays such as Labor Day and others that hold dear to our hearts. But despite Blair Mountain's dramatic resolution, it remains strangely little known historic footnote. Labor history groups and labor-friendly progressive media outlets, the fact that this centennial past, mostly unmarked, is not a coincidence. As a Tennessee-based journalist, Abby Lee Hood, explained in a recent New York Times op-ed, a coal-funded nativist organization called the American Constitutional Association has worked for decades, folks, to initially observe the battle's history, as well as even longer tradition of militant interracial labor organizing in the coal fields. Folks, the story of Blair Mountain has been repossessed or repurposed by those who would prefer to keep workers in the dark about their own collective power, as have so many other working class stories. Even more contemporary labor stories are hard to come by in most major media outlets because they won't talk about it. They won't discuss it. Even labor reporters like me that are discussing this story, it won't even come across mainstream media's agenda. Why? I can tell you why. Because it doesn't fit their narrative. It doesn't sell. They're more worried about a story, folks, selling than discussing the true facts about Labor Day and its history and what it means. They'd rather discuss negative narratives like saying, oh, Texas abortion laws are an attack on women's rights. I discussed that this past Friday on my podcast. They're more worried about stuff like that, creating hate, folks, than creating history on what things should be talked about. Like the story I'm getting in right now. Folks, things that I'm saying right now on the podcast need to be discussed. American listening needs to be listened. It has to, folks. Because we're seeing a lot of threats even into regular American company of employees. Is that attack on laborers? Sure. We've seen it clearly in this pandemic. Clearly. Closing of businesses. furloughing the flow of business. It's a travesty. Really is, folks. You know, I want to say this before I take a break here. That even Labor Day, as an auspicious history, the holiday was signed into federal law with the stroke of President Grover Cleveland's pen in 1894. During an era, folks, marked by massive strikes, widespread labor unrest, and the campaign for an 8-hour workday. A movement led by labor radicals and anarchists, revolutionaries. That year alone, 125,000 Pullman Railroad workers across 29 railroads had worked off the job to protest wage cuts. But while there is some historic disagreement over its exact origins, Labor Day, folks, have been used to direct workers away from celebrating International Workers' Day, also known as May Day. With all its revolutionary anti-capitalist connections, in 1955, during a crackdown on the leftist organizations and labor unions, the government designed and designated May 1st as Loyalty Day. Even now, the president issues a Loyalty Day proclamation every year on a day the rest of the world dedicates to its workers. And will continue to, folks. Be right back after these words.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. With our privacy and security features, a built-in VPN protects you from hackers by keeping your connection encrypted and private. Features are easy to use and included with all 5 phone plans. Learn more today.
Mike Gardner, a host like no other, unscripted, unfiltered, raw.
Currencies. Mark keeps getting cold feet. Chris follows and connects with other experienced traders on eToro. Mark is following the advice of Eugene, a friend who prefers to keep his money where he can see it. Do you feel like it, Mark? Join eToro and gain the confidence you need to trade crypto. eToro.
I just want to say, they say down in, now there's another local that represents down Bridgeville there here. And down Bridgeville they say you
One's getting like...
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good friends with the Gardner.
So am I.
Thank you, buddy. They are good people. Take care, thank you. Mr. President.
You got stuck being a photographer?
I did. We'll get some taking pictures. So, everyone's taking pictures of me. Shake everybody's hand for hand. High five.
Thanks, Joe.
Ha 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 ha! Goody goody hoo. Yeah, that was President Joe Biden. Earlier today, I plugged in some sound bites into the show just now. Literally delivering deli sandwiches to union workers. The people he says built the middle class. Well, that's true, they did. A lot of union workers are the ones that should give credit to that, because the union literally not only faces criticism on a national scale, and don't get me wrong, folks, some of them are bad. There are corrupted unions out there. I've happened to work for several unions in my day along the years, and I could say some of them are bad, some of them are good, some are just damn near corrupted, some are like just like working for a politician. Everybody wanted to kind of wonder and like, hey, what's it like to work for a politician? Work for a union sometimes. Some of them are just as damn near corrupted, and but I don't know. But I'm glad to. I'm glad. Not only that. Do I not agree with Joe, but it's glad to. I'm glad to see him interacting with people that on a level like that. He should be as president. He should be interacting. That's good for the president to do that. Anybody seen that clip on the news or mainstream media, you notice that he wasn't wearing a mask, and then he does wear the mask when he's on the Senate floor, the House chamber, or anywhere he's speaking during the White House briefings. Sometimes it's all political theater, folks. It really is all political theater. That's just the way it is. It's been like that for forever with this administration. Got some more clips here. Oh, you got to look at these here. More clips. It's actually Joe Biden giving out sandwiches, like I said, to the union workers. Here it is right here. Notice there's no music here playing. The other clip I had the music. I guess they didn't have the music in this section. Oh, there's music. Wow, okay. That's a change.
We worked hard to get you elected.
You sure the heck did. And I know I'm standing here. As that old expression goes, I know who brought me to the dance. I've been with the IBW since I was first elected in 1970. I've been with me my whole career, and I've been with them too. Anyway, I just want to say hi to you, Mom.
Well, I appreciate it.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day to you.
All right, bye-bye.
We got big stuff to work on now. I'll talk to you later.
Shake everybody's hand for her.
All right, folks. He's just kind of just spit chatting with the labor workers there. And where the hell was this at? Do we know where this was, Paul? Josh? Almost said Paul. I don't have Paul on the show today. It's producer Josh. Oh, yeah, Newcastle, Delaware. Oh, okay. Yeah, right up Joe's alley there. I didn't realize Joe was a union worker since what did he say it was? 1977? Almost thought he said 1917. Joe's been working that long, huh? Wow, Joe's old. Well, we all know that. And I did not know he was a member of the IBW local. Did not know that. Did not know that. Apparently Joe didn't know that, because he's scratching his head as he was saying it. But, folks, I want to close it out by saying that, cherish Labor Day and cherish what it was designed to be here in America, to honor the hard-working individuals in this country. Cherish it and never forget that through hard work, folks, comes success. Anchor, Spotify Podcasting Network.